Everyone, welcome to math. It's the only class where you'll be able to watch your teacher, that's me, at your house. Not only can you watch me, you can learn from me at school. Now you can learn from me at home. And the most fun part is that you can pause me, you can rewind me, and you can watch me over and over and over again. So the way that we're going to start today is we're going to go through kind of our goal of this video right here. And it says, what am I going to learn? And what you're going to do in this quick little video is you're going to now become familiar with important new math language that we're going to use in class this year. Teachers, and math teachers especially, love to use all this fancy math vocabulary. And we're going to go through some of the ones that you're going to hear all the time, almost every day, as we start math this year. So let's get going. The first one we're going to check out together is a digit. Actually, all 10 digits, believe it or not. And these are your new best friends. These are what we're going to see every single day in math. And what digits are is they're the numerals 0 through 9. And you use these digits and you combine them in different ways to form a number. And most particularly, you will form multi-digit numbers as well. Multi-digit means, as we've talked about in class before, more than one digit in this number. So what your digits are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Now, 10 is not a digit. 10, okay, is a multi-digit number. And what you've done is you've taken the digit 1 and the digit 0, and you've combined them to make a multi-digit number. So it's a little bit deceiving. It can be tricky from time to time thinking that there is actually 10 digits, but that 10th digit, you could really consider your 0, because you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, and 10 digits. We're next going to check out our 4 basic operations. These are things, this is a review, these are things that you've heard in 2nd grade and then 3rd grade. Now we're going to put them into a bit of context. And the first one we're going to look at is addition. Addition, what you're doing is you're combining single digit or multi-digit numbers, and you're adding them together. You're combining them because, for example, you might do 4 plus 2, the digit 4, the digit 2, and your answer, or the sum, is 6. We also know with addition is you can say 2 plus 4 can also give me 6. Okay, they mean the same thing. You can make those digits, you can put them in any place that you want, and you'll still get the same sum. And the sum is the answer to the addition problem. What you can also check out is subtraction. And pay close attention as I do this to what I created in the addition problem. I can actually take 6, I can subtract 2 or take away 2, and I can get 4. But I can't do 2 minus 6. But the answer to a subtraction problem is called a difference, right? Now in multiplication, it's really important to use the word multiply. We don't want to say we're going to times it. We're going to multiply it. And I might take a number like 2 and multiply 4 and get an answer of 8. And that's the same way of repeatedly adding the same numbers over and over again. And we'll get into that in the multiplication unit more, but multiplication is the same as saying, well, 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. And that's going to give me an answer or a product of 8. So the answer to an addition problem, the answer to a multiplication problem is called a product. And if you can see what I did here is I took the number 2 and I multiplied it 4 times. 1, 2, 3, and 4. The last thing we're going to do is we're actually going to take numbers and now break them apart, all right? And when we do that, we divide, okay? So I might take a number like 8, and I'm going to divide it by 4. And my answer, or my quotient, is 2. So really what I've done is I've taken 8, and I've chopped 8 into 4 equal parts, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, And what I've done is I've taken 8 and I've created 1 group, 2 group, 3 groups, and 4 groups. And my answer is how many are in each group? And that's 2. Another set of vocabulary words that you're going to hear throughout the year are words that have to deal with place value, or vocab that has to deal with place value. And place value is how much a certain digit is worth, or the value of that digit. Remember those 10 digits we talked about on the first slide, based on where it actually is in a number. And when I mean what place it is in a number, I'm talking about whether or not you have a ones place, a tens place, a hundreds place, a thousands place, a 10,000s place, and you can go on and on and on. But that means this 2 has a certain value. And since in this number we have 2 ones, that means its value is 2. Okay? Then I move over to the left to the next spot, and I might say, all right, well, I see 6 tens, and I know that 6 tens, if I think even my pattern, my base 10 blocks, I think 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and 60, that would be, let me get 6 there. There's 6 tens. I know that 6 tens would be worth 60, or its place value is 60. So far I have 60 plus 2, and that equals 62. Then I'm going to move over here, and I'm going to say, all right, well, there's 5 hundreds. And I think of those flats, right, those base 10 block flats. And I'm going to say, well, that value is 5 hundredths. The value is 500. So far I have 562, and I can expand that or decompose it into 500 plus 60 plus 2. As I move to the thousands place, I might say there's a 3 in the thousands place, but it's worth 3,000. Because there are 3 thousands in it. One of the neat tricks you can do with place value is really just say the number out loud, because oftentimes as you say that number out loud, it's many times the same way you're actually going to write it in expanded form, which is the form that I'm doing in orange down here. As I move over to the last spot that I have written, there is 1 10,000s in that 10,000s place, and 1 10,000 is worth, or has a place value of 10,000. So I have 13,562, okay, up here written in standard form, and I've broken it down, or I've decomposed it into expanded form, and that means I have 10,000 plus 3,000 plus 500 plus 60 plus 2. As you move further down your organizer, we're going to practice problem 3. And what practice problem 3 is going to ask you to do is some work on your own, okay? And what I'd like you to do in this box of the organizer is please list the 10 digits that we talked about earlier in the video. If you need a refresher, you need to remember what those 10 digits were, just rewind me. Yeah, rewind the guy talking to you down here on the bottom right-hand side of the screen. And you can rewind me, and you can see when I modeled those 10 digits for you. So, ladies and gents, there you have it, okay? That is what a typical lesson video is going to look like, so I hope that you are able to understand better how to watch a video of your teacher, which is not the easiest thing to get used to, okay? It's a lot different, and do not forget, as we talked about in the beginning, is that you can pause me, you can rewind me, you can turn me up, you can turn me a little bit further down, but the goal of watching these videos, folks, is to make sure that you understand whatever math we're doing as much as possible, okay? And do not forget, if you're not sure about how to watch the video or the math that we're doing, the most important thing that all of you can do is ask questions. That is what I'm here for. I'm here to answer your questions. I'm here to answer your family's questions. So, other than that, folks, thanks again, and we'll see you in class.